broadcasting live from the shack in scenic Bellflower, California. It's the Crossfader Show with your host Jose Heredia.
Hello everybody, this is Jose Heredia with the Crossfader Show. How's everybody doing? Welcome to... Hello. My name is Jose Heredia, your host for episode number 2. And here I want to introduce our guests and co-host, starting on my right with our co-host, Johnny Aftershock Mencia.
Hey everybody.
Coming over to my front would be Manny Quintana. Go ahead and say hi.
What's up, party people?
On my left, we have Ben Holmes. And on Skype, we have Jason Weldon.
Hello.
All right. So today, our topic will be about lighting and specifically what's new in lighting. I know a lot of DJs use light in some capacity or another. And I myself use lighting somewhat. I do have certain packages that I offer my clients for special lighting, but I wanted to bring in people who knew what they were talking about. So that's why we have Jason Weldon from Synergetic Sounds and Lighting, who's based out of Philadelphia. And how you doing, Jason?
Very good. We're finally digging out of all the snow that the East Coast has been hit with, so we can see grass. So that is a very good thing here.
Oh, that's great. And Jason, why don't you tell people where you're from and what is it that you do?
We are based just outside of Philadelphia, and our weddings on the East Coast are a little bit different. We seem to be at the foreground of adding a lot of production value to many of the events that we do. And one of the areas that we got involved with I'd say about 6 or 7 years ago was incorporating some type of lighting design into the events that we were already DJing. So it was kind of just a very next step approach to what we were already doing. And we were able to incorporate, at the first we were just doing a lot of intelligent lighting. And from then we've learned that, intelligent lighting isn't always the best option. So we started to get involved with uplighting and dance floor washes and monogram projections and pin spotting and just offering more of a lighting design and an atmosphere versus a bunch of changing lights and changing gobos and moving all the way around the room.
I see. And I got your website up on the screen so our folks at home can watch it. And let me just say that your lighting designs are very impressive. I like the way they look. And I managed to capture a little bit of your presentation at Mobile Beat this year. How was it? How did it feel to be at Mobile Beat and doing a presentation?
Mobile Beat was real good to us. I actually had submitted that presentation. I was there last year and had submitted that presentation to Ryan just based upon the fact that there really weren't a lot of seminars that people could go to really learn the gist of lighting. And from somebody who had taken a lot of failures in it. And I had started working on that presentation in July. And that was the culmination of 6 or 7 months of really narrowing it down, trying to squeeze it into an hour. And if you were there, we actually stayed, the seminar was actually 3.5 hours long. It went till 9:30 at night.
Yeah, actually, I was talking to some DJs who said that they were walking in directly from your presentation up to the top of the Riviera for that show. I think it was your show was on Wednesday, right?
Correct.
And Wednesday was the appreciation party for American DJ, and they were like, "Oh yeah, we just came from the seminar, and it was just really awesome." So I'm glad that you were there and you were able to present. I didn't catch all of it. I just got the beginning part because we were doing something else. But tell me exactly. What is it that you provide to your guests and clients that make you different from the rest, and how do you go about doing that?
Well, I think the one big thing that DJs tend to forget when they start doing lighting design is they have to buy the most expensive toy or the newest technology that is on the market today, because they think that's what their clients want. And one of the things that we try and help our clients with and give advice on is you really need to ask questions. You need to find out what exactly the bride and groom are looking for, what pictures they've seen, which designs that have kind of sparked their interest in wanting to do lighting. And if they haven't had any interest in lighting and you are presenting that interest, to give them different options to create different revenue streams. And in most cases, people just don't have a lot of money to go out and buy, 30 or 40 intelligent lights and LED fixtures, and they're looking for a way to make it a little bit cheaper. So we gave a lot of information out at the seminar and through our DVDs and our consulting end of the business that really helps people not spend a lot of money to do lighting and get involved with it, but be able to charge a decent amount of money and make money back very quickly without putting out thousands and thousands of dollars for lighting. So one of the biggest things that we did was just ask questions of the clients and what do they want, what are they looking for, what's the kind of atmosphere they want to do, and to treat it not as a DJ type of lighting. So it is one of the things that we tried to get through in the seminar was everything that you think you know about lighting, you need to kind of stop and reprogram your brain as to what lighting design is and not what DJ lighting is.
Right.
So I think a lot of people got a lot of benefits out of that.
That's true. I when I was hearing your presentation, it just kind of threw my perspective off. And we all think that DJs have this mentality that the more is better, lasers and fog and strobes, and that's what we've been kind of conditioned to. But I think it's funny because we are a DJ company, so when we do lighting only events, we actually have to tell the clients, or if you're using a DJ, you tell them to leave his lights at home, because so many DJs are just programmed into, I'm going to turn my spin and pukes on and we're going to call this a light show. Yeah, exactly. But what you're doing and what a lot of DJs are doing now is offering these architectural lighting or a lot more subtler effect. And in most cases, I know it's been kind of true for me that I don't even bring any FX lighting anymore because I don't want to overshadow the time and energy spent on these designs to kind of mess it up with what I have. So I'll just leave the architectural design speak for itself. I don't know if that's true with you.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the architectural lighting term of it, just because it seems like you're lighting a building, or it's very corporate.
What's the term you would use?
I think my good friend Mike Fernino and Steve, the Fernino brothers.
Oh yeah, I know them
up in the Boston and Connecticut and the area up there. They use the word architectural, and it works very well for them, and it set them apart from the competition in their area. Down here, I mean, we don't usually have a term for it because there are so many different types of lighting that we would do. So, we can just do the uplighting, we can just do a dance floor wash, we can do pin spotting, we can do the monogram projection, we can do draping, we can incorporate AV, we can incorporate ceremony lighting, outdoor lighting, lanterns over the dance floor. I mean, there's just so many different options that we can bring into an event that we don't really give it a term other than a lighting design or a scheme for the reception. But right. In defense of other companies, some people just don't have the opportunity to offer all of them just yet, so they just can do uplighting. So you don't want to say, hey, we can do pin spotting when we can do a lighting design when really all we can do is uplighting.
Right.
So I think it's better to use those specific terms because that's just what you can do. You don't want to be saying you're a lighting company when you just do uplighting.
Right. And so when the client comes to you and is sitting in front of you for a presentation, do you showcase your lighting samples, or do you say, you know what, we're going to create something for you and this is what it's going to cost? How do you go about presenting this to the client?
Well, over the course of the last 2 or 3 years, we have a pretty systematic approach to following up with events and venues that we've worked in. So we have a huge library of all the venues that we've worked in and pictures from those particular venues. So whether or not it's the digital pictures that we took with our cameras, or whether it's the relationship that we built with the photographer when we followed up with them to get those pictures from that room, most of the venues that people are getting married in, we have pictures of them with some type of lighting design.
Very
and then
nice.
we have our own pictures of the typical ballroom, per se, that looks like any other ballroom. And then we have all the different options that we could possibly do set up. So we have pictures with just uplighting. We have pictures with just pin spotting, with pin spotting and uplighting. So we can really kind of sell them on the whole process of it and what they might like to do based upon looking at a room. And that has helped us in the past with allowing them on a 46-inch LCD or plasma screen in our demonstration, in our sales room, to be able to show them, hey, this is what the room could look like. And we turn the lights down and they see all these pictures, and it really looks sharp for them to do something interesting like that.
Right. And once you book that client, do you normally have a pre-event, inspection of the facility to see where you're going to put the lights? Or are you familiar with most of the facilities? Or do you design unique setups for each individual client? How do you go about that?
Well, a lot of the stuff that we do is based upon pricing. So the pricing that we might come up with, we will allow for a particular design. So if we have a client that is very, very, they need their hand held a lot and they want to come up with something different and they wanted to come up with something unique, then we would put together a package for them where we'd go out and we'd look at the room, we'd show them different examples, we'd create almost a 3D rendering of what the room would look like before they even walk into the room. So we have packaging and pricing that's based upon that. I would think that most of our clients, it's something that we've put together that we include the entire design process. So for the uplighting, for the dance floor, for the pin spotting, we've already come up with what we think works and what looks the best. And in a lot of these venues, we've been in them already, so we don't have to go out and look at them.
Right.
And we already have the renderings created in our CAD program, and we can just pull them up and send them over to them and say, hey, here's what the room looks like with blue uplighting.
Right.
They see that, and it's incredible. But most DJs aren't going to have that. So in order to sell the job, it looks really good when you say, hey, for the additional $600, we'll do the uplighting and we'll go out and we'll do a site survey with you, so we can know how many outlets are there and know what the room looks like, if there's any steps, if there's anything interesting that we should know about. Plus, that also gets you in good with the venue because maybe you've never worked there before, so you can meet the management.
The staff are always seems to be surprised when a DJ shows up. Say, hey, I'm just here to inspect the facility, to check it out, and they're, oh wow, this guy's good. He must be.
I think it's with anybody.
Yeah,
you
that's
could be
right.
a photographer, a videographer, band leader. I mean, just the fact that you came in there during the day to, scope it out and get some questions answered makes it a lot easier.
Right. Let me ask you this: what do you see right now that is really kind of taken over and is really hot? Is it more particular color? Is it as patterns as far as like on the dance floor or on the walls? What is it that's right now is the trend?
Well, the colors are going to change every season. So obviously, being February, the January-February season, blue with that winter kind of feel, at least in the Northeast, seem to be the popular color. As we get into spring, we're going to see more ambers and yellows. As we get into summer, your ambers are going to probably stick through most of the summer, and then as we go back into fall, your oranges, your golds, your reds. But as far as a particular option, the one thing about lighting that we have found is there is no common denominator between them. Every client that we talk to will either like one thing or they'll hate another thing. Mm-hmm. So, when we're when we're designing it for them, it's good for us to listen because we can tell in their voice whether or not they think a monogram is tacky. Maybe they're not spending a lot of money on their centerpieces, so we don't want to pin spot them. The wedding is a summer afternoon, so maybe we don't want to do up lighting. There's just a lot of listening and producing an event and a package that number one meets their budget,
right,
and ultimately leaves the job or the event with a good taste in their mouth because you didn't try and sell them something that you knew that wouldn't work just to get the money.
Right. There's a lot of variables involved.
Yeah, I mean, every venue is so different. Every client is so different. They're I mean, for the most part, as we know as DJs, that they're pretty much the same. You're playing pretty much the same music, the same style, the same. It's not like there's a whole heck of a lot changing. But to them, it's new. To them, this is the first time they've done that. So you gotta kind of have to make it seem as it's your very first time doing it. But the 4 choices that they're going to pick from are simply your uplighting, your dance floor, your monogram, your pin spot. I mean, they're the 4 solid things that they're going back and forth from to decide what they want to do. Right.
Is there a particular event that stands out as far as like a nightmare, or that you thought, wow, this is kind of crazy, they want crazy colors, or something interesting?
There was probably, when we first started doing it, we made a lot of mistakes. As we've gotten closer now, I think, or as we've become more inept to it, we deal with more issues on the corporate end of things, where we're just, either we just don't have the experience to have been doing it that long to see some of the obstacles that come up. So they're always challenging, but they're fun.
So you do mostly weddings?
We do both. Our firm here, we will do weddings, corporate, and social.
Cool.
So while weddings are a good part of the weekend business, corporate is a lot of the weekday business. So they're not as grand. You're doing, just a typical lighting of a stage, or pin spotting some motorcycles, or providing audio for, awards. The weddings you have a little bit more control of, but we've had some pretty interesting receptions, just in the fact of the brides not knowing what the room is going to look like.
Oh, I see. And then she gets to the room and she's just in awe.
Yeah,
right?
It was funny. We did a wedding Saturday where the bride wanted blue uplighting and blue snowflake projections on the dance floor.
Oh, nice.
And when our crew got there, everything was set up, and the bride comes in and looks at the room, and she's just a little disappointed. She's like, I really thought it would be more blue. There'd be a lot more blue in the room. And our guy's explaining to them how, we really need to turn the lights down in the room, and it's going to look better. And the venue manager comes over, and we had already introduced ourselves to them. And, they make it very clear that they're not turning the lights down anymore. And, it was one of those things that, what are you going to do? We're just the lighting company, and the bride needed to express to them that she paid a lot of money for this design. And as soon as the venue manager turned the lighting down, she was like, this is exactly what I want.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's sometimes it's a lot more than just doing the lighting end of it. It's knowing the people to talk to. Right. And, you get the phone calls of the issues that are arising. And it seems like every weekend is there's another small fire that needs to be put out.
Well, I'm going to ask our studio members to see if they have any questions for you. Manny, Johnny, Ben, any questions for Jason? Please speak up. Well, I know that for me, the lighting concept is definitely an integral part. And yesterday I went to Disneyland, and I think for me, the master, if you will, or what I look up to is always the lighting I see in Disneyland, because the Imagineers really put a lot of effort into that, and that's where I draw my inspiration from the little things, the little details, from the little flickering lights that imitate the candlelight to the intensity of the light, the colors and stuff like that. So I don't know if you agree with me that I don't know if you've been to Disneyland or any of the Disney parks, that they really put a lot of thought into lighting as far as sound and design.
Yeah, I think one of the key parts of being involved with lighting is to find that source of inspiration, whether it's reading trade magazines, going to concerts, going to theater, being able to take in different things, other companies. There's, with being over on the East Coast and being near New York and Baltimore and Washington, I'm a small player in this world. So I have so many companies around me that I can look out to and say, wow, I really like the way they did that. And I never thought about doing that. And wow, look at that. So especially in New York, there's just with the Hamptons and all the big weddings that happen out here. We're constantly looking at Preston Valley and David Totera and different sites of things that people have done that we want to get the inspiration from to be able to produce these events again. So yeah, if I had a Disneyland in my backyard, I'm sure I'd be checking that out to see what they're doing over there.
Yeah, they're fabulous.
We've got a couple questions here.
Thank you, Johnny.
From the chat room, we have, what would be a great start for a lighting rig? What would be a great start for uplighting rig is what we have on the question on the chat room right now.
Yeah, I think the best option really is just to start with uplighting.
Par cans and whatnot.
Just a typical par 38 with a 90-watt bulb will be able to get the job done. You only need about 20 to 24 of them. They're pretty simple. Cost-wise, less than $1,000.
Yes.
You don't need to get LEDs. LEDs just come with a lot of work.
Yeah.
You're going to need DMX. You're going to need to know how to get the colors. It's a lot of work to get involved with. To go out, the idea is to make money.
Right.
The idea is not to buy something that's cool and neat and interesting because you're the only person. It's funny the amount of people that buy LED lights that don't even understand what LED stands for.
Right.
And you're like, okay, you definitely shouldn't be getting LED lights.
Right. And that's for DJ Insanity out there. So Insanity, I also found on Craigslist, I think I got 4 Odyssey par cans. And I had to drive out to Ontario, and I think I got 4 of them for less than $100. So just scan Craigslist, and you might find some very great deals on guys who just want to get rid of the stuff because they are moving up to LEDs. And another question we have is, where do you get custom gobos, and what is a good unit? And that's from DJ Rude. I need to buy one.
You can get custom gobos from pretty much any online DJ store.
Mm-hmm.
We have a local rep in our area in New Jersey that we order about $25,000 worth of gobos from a year.
Mm-hmm.
So we get a really, really good deal on that. We probably could buy the machine at this point, but
Right.
pretty much
It's a lot of money invested in gobos alone.
No, it's crazy. Like it's an insane amount of gobos that we buy a year.
And what
a
unit,
good machine.
what unit do you recommend?
We recommend the ETC Source 4 Lico.
Okay.
It's a great unit. There's a couple different options you can buy with it, but it's pretty much its own gobo projection unit. That's what it's made to do.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Jason, for your insight. And if you want to hang on to the show, you're more than welcome to. If you need to take off, please, by all means, just let us know that you're leaving.
I do have to run. As you heard, the phone was ringing in here, and we got a whole bunch of things going on.
Cool.
But
let everybody know where they can get a hold of you. If you have a Twitter, Facebook account, YouTube, whatever it is, go ahead and plug away.
Okay, I got the Facebook account on Synergetic Sounds. I've also got the Jason Weldon Facebook account. You can reach me on email, jason@synergeticsounds.com. And then we've also got the lighting DVD tutorial that we have for sale. That is about an hour and 20 minutes. It's a great DVD, and the cool thing with this DVD is we actually give you 8 pictures that you can use of all the work that we've done. So this way you can kind of get started, because a lot of people don't have pictures to sell.
Yeah.
So we give you 8 free pictures you can use however you want in your marketing material, and it'll help you kind of get that started. So you can reach out to me, and I'll certainly be able to get you a copy over to that.
Sounds good. I think I'm going to pick one up. I'll give you a call later on.
Will do, guys.
All right.
so
Thank you very
much.
much, Jason.
It was a pleasure talking to you, and hopefully I can be part of the show again.
Excellent. Of course. Thank you very much, Jason.
Alrighty.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
So, what do you guys think?
Very
Pretty good?
informative.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah?
informative.
I agree.
Excellent. Now, we're going to go ahead and take a short break. We're going to put a video segment for you guys. This is kind of like a tour of the past for me because I want to share my lighting knowledge or my lack of lighting knowledge. So here we present to you some old school lighting dinosaurs.
Let's do it.
What's up, party people? This is Jose Heredia with Satisfaction Entertainment. I thought I'd bring out a little bit from the past. I got here a trunk case, a footlocker. This is what I used to use to transport some of my lights, and since we're talking about lights today, I thought I'd share a little bit of history. So come on over, let's open it up, just to show you that I haven't used this in a long time. As you can see, the dust still. And we open it up, and lo and behold, we got this ourselves, a Martin color spot system. This is called the RoboColor, and I bought this, God, it must have been at least 5 years ago, and I bought it at the American DJ Association chapter meeting where there was consignment tables, and I thought it was a cool light to buy. Here's a power pack. We got some pin controllers. I think it's a DMX. I'm not really sure. It's been a while since I've used it. This is a controller to control the lights. You connect this together. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and turn on the lights for you, see if they still work. So let's give those a try. Now we got everything laid out. We're going to go ahead and plug it in and see if it works. So first we got to plug in power supply. See if they work. Alright, red. Alright. At least one of them works. So look at the feet. Now we're going to go green. Green. Blue. Blue. Yellow. And strobe. Strobe again. Alright, now we'll go back to white. I don't know if you can see Joey. Right there, there's a pattern. It has a gobo in there. Yes, sir. Right there on the wall. Right there on the wall. You see the pattern? Oh, yeah. The circle pattern. Yeah, they're interchangeable gobos. You have to open up the unit and change the gobos. They have about 3 or 4 gobos. So there's red, blue, yellow, strobe, then blackout. Standalone program, I don't know what that does. So that's pretty cool. That's my lighting rig. Now, I do have another light. This is a strobe light. This is an old strobe light that I used to have. I bought it in Radio Shack for like 40 bucks. And this strobe light has a lot of memories, as you can see. So we're going to give this strobe light away to a DJ who put a hashtag on their Twitter account under Crossfader Show. And the DJ who sent out The tweet is EvolutionDJ.com. I think it's EvolutionDJ.com or EvolutionDJ.com. But congratulations, Evolution DJ. You are going to get this strobe light. I'm going to sign it and send it to you in the mail. Contact me, give me a message, and so I can get your information. All right? There you go. This is a dinosaur, but it still works. Now we got a huge echo. I'd like to thank Joey Heredia, my son, for shooting that video segment with me on Saturday. Job. Thank you very much. Job. So, yeah, that was a lighting dinosaur. Congratulations, Evolution DJ Com. Please send me a message, and I will get you your light as soon as possible. I'm going to go ahead and switch over to our next guest, but before I do, Manny, you're kind of quiet over there.
I'm taking up all the information. I'm a sponge right now.
Yeah?
You know, it's funny because the lighting, it's just your little segment. Knowing how technology just changes. But going back to what Jason was saying is you don't have to have the most expensive product to provide that blue wash on the wall. You could easily use that dinosaur product you so called it.
Yeah.
The customer's not going to see it, but they're still getting what they want. And as long as it's workable, it's clean and looks professional, I think you can still make good money off of it and sell it to the customer.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Full disclosure here, though. Manny is not only my friend, a DJ buddy, I also did his wedding.
Yeah. Yes.
And for a DJ to choose another DJ for his wedding is a big deal.
I went through about, 6 or 7 of them, and I knew he had the date open because obviously he was going to be a guest. But I think I came to you maybe 3 months prior to my wedding. I mean, very close to the date. And I said, Joey, I need you. I don't trust anybody else. I knew the quality of work you provided, and it was like, aside from being my friend, I want you to have fun. I just couldn't trust anybody, so thank you for that.
Oh, no, thank you, Manny, for hiring me. And speaking of lighting, you had this guy, what was his name?
Ramiro Garcia.
Ramiro Garcia, he really hooked it up on the lighting. Oh, you know, he brought some really cool lights.
He's a buddy from mine from Sacramento, and he's a guy I worked with doing a lot of concert sound and lighting. And he said, hey, what do you need for the wedding? And it was at no charge, and I said, I need lighting. I said, the DJ's got the sound, but I want lighting. And I think as a customer, when I stepped aside from being a DJ to the guy who was getting married and became a customer, I realized you have to trust the person. And that's one of the things that I trusted you, and I left it up to you. And I trusted Ramiro with my lighting, and God, it was gorgeous. I mean, my wife now was like, well, what's he going to do? I said, don't even worry about it, baby. He's got it. But she just doesn't understand what certain lights do. When you look at the pictures, I mean, just of my cake, it's incredible. Makes the cake look like $1 million cake, which was real nice. So he did a great job on that.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much, Manny. And now we're going to go ahead and talk to Ben. Ben Holmes is from Entertainment Sciences Group, and he has a very interesting product that he showcased. He showed me at Mobile Beat when we were they were literally tearing down Mobile Beat around us, and I was interviewing him live on the air, and our recording kind of somehow got lost, and I didn't get a chance to send him a copy, but I got him on studio. Tell us what you do, Ben.
Well, what do I do? I'm the VP of Product Management for Entertainment Sciences Group, and we have this new software product that actually is not so new, but it's just new to the market, to the DJ market specifically, that allows a DJ to do lighting control in a mode and an interface that they really understand, which is completely different than everything out there. All the kudos to Jason. DMX doesn't have to be so complicated, and which is what we've really tried to do with the software product that we've created. Venue Magic is really focus in on and say, what can we do to really remove the complications out of the picture so that you can just do what looks good. I met with a DJ this last week, and one of the things he said to me was, I didn't realize that an RGB LED light did more than red, green, and blue.
Really?
Yeah. It can do some really cool colors.
Yeah. What is the color palette? 1 million?
It's 64 million.
64. Wow.
Technically. Now, each light obviously is dependent on the quality of the light, but it's really kind of interesting what you can actually do with the various lights. You can have your uplighting in regular parkans like we've talked about. You can get control over those so that you have this really cool, nice uplighting effect during the middle of your wedding. But when you get to the dance portion of your wedding, all of a sudden it becomes part of the disco effect, and you got these cool things. I know DJ Mikey Mike showed a video recently of this spin effect that he called around the wedding room, where it literally it sequenced all of the LED, all of the lighting around the room, and made it really, really effective. And so that's one of the things that we're trying to do, is trying to bring that level of sophistication down into a very easy-to-use product that DJs don't have to be afraid of anymore.
Right, and that's the thing that caught my eye with your software, Ben, is that it was a timeline-based software.
Exactly.
And explain a little bit what that means.
What that means is that most DJs are familiar with an audio editing tool or a video editing tool where you basically have tracks that you put your audio effects on. So you have your beat track where you've got your beat loop going, and then you have a guitar track, and you have your vocal track, and those types of things. So what we've tried to do with Venue Magic is bring that same kind of interface into the software, so you're not having to deal with all of the complicated setup that would normally go along with a DMX controller. I've had DJs just come to me and say, thank you so much for actually giving me something I can understand for a change.
And that's the key thing, is that we're looking at it in a different perspective, whereas if you were conditioned as a lighting designer with faders in mind, then it'd be different. But we have a different world that we come from, and this is the best way to bridge them both together.
Exactly.
And what I like to do is have either Manny or Johnny to bring the camera over and showcase what you have on your laptop, and to see what is it about the software that can benefit the DJs.
Okay. What I've done is I've created a very basic lighting effect. We're talking, a lot of DJs right now are talking about uplighting. What do you do for uplighting? Mm-hmm. How do you get uplighting going? And there's a lot of different ways to go about it. You can buy your RGB cans and get those going, and they have little settings that you can do on the can itself, but it really doesn't unlock the full power of the uplighting. So what I've basically done here is I've basically created a very basic lighting track that just does a beat. One of the things that we try to teach to DJs is that during a dance, during a performance, if you can get that beat synchronized to the music, then you don't have to worry about what the rest of the lighting is doing.
Right.
The rest of the lighting just starts looking good just because you have the beat right on the mark. Mm-hmm. And so we actually use a beat tapper. Just like every other piece of DJ software out there, we have a built-in beat tapper that you can synchronize your beat to. Mm-hmm. And so we've got a play button, we've got different tracks that you can see right here. They move around. We have audio tracks. The original designer of this, Don Nolan, designed this because he wanted to be able to control a haunted house. Mm-hmm. He loves Halloween. He loves doing haunted houses and wants to do those types of things. And so coming from the background that he had in the movie and lighting, in the movie industry and in the robotics industry, he said, this makes sense. Mm-hmm. And so one of the things that we actually do is at a very fundamental level, we actually do audio mixing, a basic level of audio mixing, because in a haunted house, you have screams going on, you have thunder going along with lightning and all those types of things. So you have to have multiple audio tracks. And so we have the multiple audio tracks, and we treat lighting exactly the same way. Audio envelopes, beats, all of that type of thing that really isn't out there in the lighting industry right now.
Right. So we have a couple of lights out here. If you want to show people what we can do.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this track on. You can see we've got a basic reflection there. It's just kind of flowing through a variety of different colors. Put your hand back up so people can see that I can actually change the beat of that flow just by my beat tapper. So I can have it nice and slow, and that's at 93 beats per minute.
Oh, cool.
Or I can tap it back up and go to 224 beats per minute. And so I have that huge range of what I can do with just a simple chaser.
Right.
And to create this effect, all I'm doing is I'm just dragging a chaser over into the timeline.
Okay.
And setting how long I want that chaser to go. So
Very nice.
that's really kind of interesting. So we don't have a real good view, but we have a lot of different tutorials on our website that actually go through this process. But literally we have a project window on the left-hand side, just like any other audio software does. And you drag things from that project window over into your timeline.
Mm-hmm.
And then once you create the show, you save it. You can then drag it into a queue that you can just launch as you're going through your show.
Nice.
And we can do a lot of different things with this. We work very hard to make this as simple and easy to use as possible.
Right. And I think you have a moving head here. Do you want to show us that?
Yeah, I've got a moving head. I won't plug it in because it's so loud it overwhelms the microphones.
Oh, okay.
I plugged it in earlier. And it's like, I can hear that louder than everything else.
Yeah, the fan is going and stuff like that.
But if you want to zoom in on the screen here,
Sure. What
what I'll do is I'll actually show you how to get a random dot-to-dot pattern. And it's just come over here to the motion effects that we have. Grab your dot-to-dot pattern, drag it over into one of your tracks, and then set how long you want it to go.
Oh, nice.
And basically what you do is once you have that, you basically put your motion channels for the light as part of that track, and you're done. That's all that you have to do to be able to program a motion effect.
Are they snappable? Can you snap them?
Yep, fully
Nice.
snappable.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see right here it has the full markup, just like every other audio software. It has markers that are snappable too. So you have audio markers that you can do. What I like to do there's two ways to design. You can design to very generic effect, very generic scene, and then you can also design for specific songs. So what I like to do when I have time, before I DJ a set, I like to develop some specialized lighting for specific songs.
Mm-hmm.
So you get the up and down effect, you get the cross back and forth effect, so that it matches into the song itself,
Mm-hmm.
and it just blows everyone away.
Right. No, yeah. There's particular sequences I've thought of, for this song. Let's say it's that song by Blue.
Yeah.
Eiffel 65.
Yes.
Yeah,
So you would have to have a scene that is just completely blue.
exactly.
So it's specific to the song itself. Maybe a pattern if you have a specific goal that you like to showcase. Then that would be a great tool to have.
Exactly.
Mhm.
And this fits really well into the uplighting as well, because you can transition the lights. But let's say the bride has two different colors, a nice pink and a nice purple to go together. You can actually have your uplighting changing between the two colors. If you've got like RGB lights or gobo lights, you can actually switch between the two colors without a whole lot of trouble on the programming side.
I see.
So one thing that scared a lot of DJs that I've talked to is that the word programming.
Yeah.
It's not really programming with Venue Magic as much as it's creating the lighting just like you'd create an audio set.
Yeah. That's the great thing that attracted me to that software. So how can people get the software and what's it run? All that great.
We have a 15-day free trial available on the website.
I got the website up right now.
Right there, that button right on the right-hand side, download now. You just register for an account, and it'll let you download. It's got the 2.0 version right now. We sell it both with an interface, and we also sell it independently as just a download only version.
Oh, sweet.
So if you already purchased an interface that may have worked with some of the other software products out there, what we've been working really hard on lately is to actually get the additional interfaces on the marketplace compatible with VenueMagic.
That's very cool. And that's awesome. Do you guys have any questions for Ben?
I actually do, Ben. How, as a DJ, mobile DJ, and most DJs that do, weddings or quinceañeras and things of that nature, how much babysitting does this need? Because as a DJ, you have already so many components that you have to worry about aside from everybody else. I mean, you just want to have something that's very easy to put on and maybe not as much babysitting.
Yeah, one of the things I do is I actually use a MIDI controller that just kind of sits off to the side of my set. That has.
Did you bring it here?
I brought 3 different MIDI controllers. They're all Korg, but pretty much anything will work, including the nice M Audio Exponent here.
Nice.
You can even use that because it's all MIDI based. And basically, you just the way you set it up. I don't know if you've used Ableton Live.
Oh yeah,
I've seen it.
You've seen it.
Yeah.
They have a MIDI record mode where you basically just hit the button and it records.
Right.
We do something very, very similar with the ability to do your tap out, to be able to do the cue selection, and so basically you can just have your MIDI controller and say, okay, I want this scene, tap it, and you're done. Our goal is, because I DJ too, is to make it as bulletproof as possible, and it plays nice with other software programs, which is kind of unique in the lighting software market as well. Is our goal is to make this as bulletproof as possible, as reliable as possible, because we understand what DJs go through week after week after week. Sometimes you're running in there an hour before the gig and you barely get your sound up, let alone your lighting.
Yeah.
And so it's just, if you don't have something that's reliable every single time, you're going to stop using it.
Yeah. And Ben, we got a couple questions from the chat room we have here from DJ Rude. For uplighting at weddings, are they set to a pattern, or is it best to connect them to DMX?
If you're using LED, it's best to use DMX rather than a pattern. The reason is because you have a lot more flexibility if you're using LED lighting. The number one thing that ticked me off years and years ago when I started DJing is a sound active light that would just, in the middle of your slow song, it decides to start up again.
Yeah,
right.
That's true.
That just ticked me off. It's just like, what can I do to solve this problem? And every DJ out there, instead of telling that light to do what it's supposed to do, turns it off.
Yeah, that's what I do.
So you lose the effectiveness that light could have in a slow song by just lighting up that little spot on the floor that the dancers are in.
Right.
You lose that effectiveness just by turning it off.
Okay, and we got another question here from the business. Can you trigger the lighting scenes from the keyboard?
From the keyboard, yes.
Okay.
Yep, you can map any key on the keyboard except for, I think, the letter T, because we use that for the beat tapper by default.
There we go.
Very cool. Oh, DJ Business is on there?
DJ Business is on
there. Oh,
nice.
They're from the UK. How you guys doing?
Nice.
So, Ben, anything else that you'd like to share as far as the software?
Just that we're accepting all feedback, good, bad, indifferent. We get a lot of feedback from the lighting designer market. Lighting designers who are starting to catch on to this, because they've always, the people that they design for in particular in concert sound and theater are all timeline based anyway.
Right.
And so they've never had a tool that's timeline based to be able to design for a theatrical show or
for continuity.
For a continuity.
Yeah, exactly.
And a lot of things been done as far as connectivity, but it's like, if you want to change, if you want to move the start of a scene 5 seconds earlier or 5 seconds later, in the traditional DMX world, that can be a big problem.
You're talking about several steps.
You're talking about several steps in the traditional world, and with a timeline base, it's just drag it 5 seconds, and that just makes a huge difference in that marketplace. And we're really excited to be able to bring that level of complexity down into a simple interface that a DJ can use.
Excellent. Very good. And how do people get a hold of you? And what's
go
the
to our
website?
website, www.venuemagic.com. You can just Google Venue Magic and just go there. It's got all of the information. It's got all of our support. We've got full forums.
Got videos.
Got videos. We've linked to the DJ Mikey Mike interview that he did with us. We've also got a link to our fabulous last year Halloween show.
Yeah. I'd love to show it now, but we just don't have time. But you guys can watch it at home, and that's venuemagic.com.
Yep.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Ben, for sharing that with us.
You're welcome.
And now we're almost to the end of our show. We're going to do a real quick pick of the week. That's where everybody here selects a product, an idea, or a software application, whatever the case may be, that you think would be good to have for any DJ arsenal. So, DJ Aftershock, you've done this before.
Yes.
Do you have a pick of the week?
I actually do have a pick of the week. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and just pick par cans from Craigslist as my pick of the week. So get out there on Craigslist. Go ahead and get some par cans. Find some used par cans on Craigslist. Party people out there, all the DJs out there. Go ahead and start with that. And if you feel that that's going to be something good for you, if you think you're going to start making some good money off of that, then go ahead and move up to the to the LED lighting, little par 38s. But for right now, go ahead and scour Craigslist or eBay, get those par cans and get that uplighting going.
You mean you could buy stuff on Craigslist?
Yes, there we go.
Man, I was meeting people all left and right. Let's go. No. Yeah,
that's for next show.
Yeah, exactly. Missed connections. Anyway, we have Manny. I know I got you unprepared.
Yeah, a little bit. What's going
Sorry
on?
about that. I should have thought of that, but we were talking about something else.
I'll be honest. Pick of the week for me, I would have to say a little odd, but knowledge. Educate yourself first. Know what you're buying. Play around with it. So many companies out there that will allow you to test it when you go into their showrooms. I used to work at Pro Sound, and that in itself was an incredible experience. The people would come out, teach us how to do it, but they even have a big showroom now where you can go in and play with the lighting before you buy, and you can even like he said right now, it's if you're gonna go buy a par can, if you don't even know what a par can is, never used one before, don't know what it consists of, go check it out. Go to Guitar Center. Go to Pro Sound, go check it out, play with it a little bit so you understand the logistics of it, as simple or as complicated as it might be. That's something you want to do with any item you might purchase for your rig.
Right. And that's always a great idea. That's right. You worked at Pro Sound.
Yeah. But as far as instruments, I like
sponsorship.
We're always dropping off the sponsorship bomb because we need them. No, just kidding. No, but that's a real cool thing that you could bring with you, is that you're on this side of the retail, if you will.
Right.
You know the behind the scenes. So
right.
That's why I like you to hang around with me.
Yes,
Ben, do you have any picks of the week?
Yeah, I'm actually going to mention, to go with the par cans, you can actually get a DMX dimmer pack. This is something that we actually use tons of them because they're very, very versatile. We use them with Christmas lights. We use them with all sorts of different units. But once you've actually got your par cans, you're starting to use them, what the dimmer pack will provide for you is it will provide the ability to give you a dim on that par can. So you can actually take it down a notch for a slow song instead of having it full bright the entire time.
Right. But you can't do like chases or anything.
You can do chases.
You can do chases?
Yeah. We do tons of chases with them. We actually, in Venue Magic, we actually have over 108 different chases that will work with dimmer packs, which makes it really, really fun.
Any dimmer pack in particular model?
They all seem to be about the same. What varies is the amount of power that they can handle.
Got it.
So if you've got par 64s with 500-watt light bulbs, you're going to want a little bit heavier duty dimmer pack than if you've got par 38s with 200-watt or 100-watt light bulbs.
Right. Excellent. Thank you very much, Ben, for that pick. And now it's my turn for my pick of the week. This week, I am going to talk about a product that I've been using for, I'd say, about a year and a couple months, which is Promo Only's subscription to their video series. and I really like the fact that you get a DVD of the latest videos, hot videos they call it, of the top songs that are brand new. You get mainstream pop, you get house or club music, you get urban or hip hop, and then you get modern rock. And it's a really great video. I always look forward to the videos coming in, and the best thing is that they're already digitized for you. Before they'd have them in a DVD format,
right.
Just pop them in your DVD player. If you have the Pioneers DVD players, you can play them off of there. But now, since I use the computer for my video projections, I just drag and drop them.
Now, what software are you using?
I'm using Virtual DJ to play them.
Awesome.
And so there's a little bit of tweaking as far as title, because I have my video tracks and music tracks where I have the artist first, space, then the name of the song. When I get from promo only, it's the track number, space, the name of the song, and then the artist. So I wish, if you're promo only, if you're listening to that, go and change them back, because it really saved me a lot of time. Thank you. Sponsorship as well. So that's my pick of the week, which is promo only DVD subscription, hot video tracks. Now,
Awesome.
Price, I think it's $300. That's how much I pay. $300 for a year subscription. So every month, towards the end of the month, you always get the next month's subscription. I got March about a week ago, and already some good tracks.
And you're making
in there.
10 times that off the video, so it's
of
totally
course.
worth it.
It pays for itself.
There you go.
Obviously. So that's my pick of the week. And that pretty much concludes our show today.
Yes.
There is one thing that we have to mention before we go. I am giving away another prize for next week. The prize is going to be a brand new headphone. Okay, I'm going to pay for it for my own pocket.
Oh, damn.
Until we get sponsorships, until we get some companies to throw in some nice and goodies.
Yeah.
I'm going to be paying for our prizes. So how do you get the prize? Well, we have a Facebook page, and if you become a fan and you post your DJ equipment on our page, I will select one of the random fans to be the winner. So just post a picture of your setup, your gear, your speakers, whatever it is that you're proud of. Post it up on our fan page, and you can send me an email at info@djsatisfaction.com if you want directions on how to get to our fan page, because we don't have a URL, a nice URL for our fan page. I think we need to reach 100 fans. I think I got about 27 or 30 fans right now. So become a fan, upload your picture.
Spread the word.
Spread the word, spread the love, because we really need the love and we really need the support.
Yes.
And you guys will get a prize if you are selected.
And once again, I want to give big ups to all the guys in the chat
Yes,
room. So
chat
that's
room.
the Business One, DJ Rude, Abstract 951. Thank you guys for participating. Thank you guys for your questions. Be sure to join us again here, same time, same place next week, baby. 8 Mondays.
Absolutely. Now, DJ Abstract and I will interview them. They're going to come into the show. The DJ Business, I'm going to interview them. They're going to be on the show too. I already know these guys, and they're great guys. So, ladies and gentlemen, please tell everybody, our guests, where they can find you, email address, plugs, anything like that. Starting with you, Johnny.
You guys can find me at aftershockent.blogspot.com. You can check out all my pictures. You can download new mixes and whatnot. I'm always on Facebook as well as MySpace/Johnny Aftershock.
Thank you very much. How about you, Manny?
And I am email quintanaevents.com, Quintana, Quintana events.com. And Facebook me just under first name Manuel Quintana.
Sounds good. Excellent. How about you, Ben?
You can get me at djlightsmith.com. You can also obviously get me at Venue Magic, and Venue Magic's available through NLFX, Colorado Sound and Light, Guitar Center, and we're adding more all the time. So
good. Thank you very much, guys. Really pleasure to have you guys here. You could always reach me at info@djsatisfaction.com. This is Jose Heredia signing off for another Crossfader show. Crossfader show fading out.
Thank you for watching the Crossfader show. Watch us live at thecrossfadershow.com every Monday at 12 p.m. Pacific. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter and Facebook.